Started, so I don't forget about that. We know that can sometimes happen. And I think everybody that was coming on has made their connection. Okay, so why don't we'll get started. So, hello everybody. It's Gwen Peterson. I am the founder of Spiritual Communities Network, and it's February in the community classroom, and we have a new person, brand spanking new, for you to check out. Weigh in with your hard questions, get some easy answers. We have Blessings of Love with Reverend Judi, and I'm going to let her do her introduction of a little bit more on who she is and what she does. But we're really thrilled to have her as part of the Spiritual Communities Network family, and we hope to see her more in the different classes and events she holds. And I'm just really excited that she jumped in with both feet right away into the community classrooms, because she is, I mean, just within a month or so has joined us. So I can't wait to see what she's going to bring forth for us tonight. And as always, you guys are on mute until the end so that you will not show up in the recording, so that we have a nice recording we can share with people at a future date. But there will be questions and answers at the end. Feel free to put those in the chat if you like. If you feel like you might forget your question, put it in there. We'll circle back to it, or just write a little note to yourself. And at the end, after Judi has a chance to, thank you and give you contact information, we'll turn off the recording and we'll get into those questions for you. So I think I've covered everything. We're recording. We've got our teacher with us. I think we're good. So Judi, just give it a little break, maybe clear your voice so that the camera will switch over to you, and you just take it away.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone. I am so excited to be here this evening and to be able to share, most especially the day after Valentine's Day, because that's just such a perfect entry to be able to move into. So I will take a moment to just kind of talk about me for a minute so you know who I am. I am an ordained minister, non-denominational. I believe there's many pathways to the same destination. I'm a certified medium. I'm a master metaphysician. I'm a shamanic practitioner and healer. And I've been following my spiritual pathway over 30 years now. What's a little bit different is that I'm also a spiritual trance channel. Now, I know that not every single person wakes up as a young child and says, when I grow up, I'm going to be. That was most definitely not my idea either. But we just have to allow ourselves to be open to whatever spirit is truly guiding us. And the way it really worked for me is I was knocking on the 30-year-old timeline, and I was living in Connecticut at the time, and my father was very sick. He had a very large tumor that had burst through his intestine and had been given 3 months to live. And I'd always been a person of faith. I'd spent my teen years in Florida, so Southern Baptist was my primary religion. And I sat straight up in bed one night and very clearly heard, you've got to go to Florida and do a healing on your father. And I looked around the room and I'm like, who said that? And then I went and I'm like, but God, Dad's an atheist, because this was a huge push. My background had been Southern Baptist, and my religion was my religion, and certainly not my family's, and certainly not my father's, I can assure you. So it was a major revelation, and it was it really pushed me into going into that journey, because I knew I had the faith, but I didn't know what was really being asked of me. So I prayed a whole lot and I asked for instructions and da 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 da. And very, very long story short, my father was open to it. You know, when you are faced with death, you're open to new things. And so the entire family, we went to Florida, we did this ceremony around him. And that ceremony, it changed our family. He became a man of faith and lived another 9 years. So it's never about knowing the final destination. It's about putting yourself out there when you're being asked to. Now, my spiritual journey developed so many different directions, and I would be called to go to places. And when I would go to places, then physical things would happen to me along the way. And after I'd gone to Abagina, Brazil, I knew that I'd been inserted with these new crystal hardware. And very clearly, I'd heard I've had to insert you with this new crystal hardware to handle the level of healing energy that's going to come through your body. And I'd gone at Easter time, and it was just profound. Well, come Christmas time, because they said it would be time, time would pass. Come Christmas time, that's when I started to trance channel. And again, I was running the Talk and Stick Circle in Casadega, Florida. And I would go ahead and prepare. So I would be all ready and be all professional. And I would get there to go ahead and do my opening prayer. And I went to read my prayer and I couldn't speak English. And Chief White Eagle stepped in. And so from then it just continued to progress. And after I'd gone out to Mount Shasta, I had a profound experience with Lemurian population. And then they changed out my chakra crystals. And now I trance channel pretty much anybody. And so I choose not to trance channel people. I stay in the angelic realm, in the universal light beings. Yes, sometimes the star people will come through. All kinds of earth energies will come through. This year was fun because the dragons came through. And that was the first time I trance channeled the dragons. And I will tell you, I had a client recently and I trance channeled Bigfoot. And I was like, oh, well, there's another new one that I wouldn't have known about. And so when you leave your heart open to and to really be in a partnership with, and that's the thing that's so important for each of you to know and to recognize it as you're on your spiritual journeys and you're really developing and evolving into this highest and best of you, you're in a partnership with your guides, you're working with your angels, you're working with God source, that love energy, that highest and best of for each of you to be a part of. So one of the things that I want to do tonight is, I'm not sure if, all of you have had an opportunity to be able to see trance channeling or not, but what happens is it really elevates the energy that's around you as well. And it doesn't matter if it's electronic or not, but it absolutely will lift you and put you into this higher realm that allows for that healing to take place. And so being, of course, that Valentine's Day just passed, and it's really about moving and stepping into that beautiful love energy and opening your hearts to that love energy, because that's how your growth and your expansion is going to take place, by really allowing yourself to just be one with. Not that it's going to take over your life, because you're always in that partnership and that management with, but it's with a collaborative effort, because you create this loving relationship that you share. Now, I also want to quickly mention that every single person, I believe, has a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper's job is to manage the body, to maintain and to ensure that everyone, all the energies that are coming in are doing so. And I choose to guide them one at a time because it can be too overwhelming if they're all marching in at once. So they come in one at a time, and then they're able to give you some guidance and information. And so I know that I've got Mother Mary waiting, and I've got a couple of angels. And so I just want to kind of slip into this really quickly so you get a chance to feel and to experience it. It's also a lovely idea if you decide to just close your eyes, because you can receive your own visualizations, and or if you leave your eyes open, sometimes you'll see the things that are behind me as well. And that's always fun and interesting, because you never know what's going to show up back there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drop in, and I'm asking them to please be cautious of the time, because sometimes they get carried away. So we will work very hard on being cautious with the time. So one moment, please. Baylot here. Good evening to each of you. I just wanted to introduce myself. I am the one before you's gatekeeper. And yes, my position is esteemed in that she keeps me very busy so that I assist with the different vibrational changes and the energy shifts that are coming into play. And I act almost as if a moderator, I think is probably the best term. So, one moment, I have Mother Mary getting ready to step in. So, just one moment, please. Mother Mary here. Good day to each of you. It is a brilliant day, and I wanted to stop in to greet you, for each of you to be able to recognize the truth of who you are, the love in your heart, the expansiveness of your soul, the blessing that you truly are as you are spending time sharing your life upon this world. You have each chosen to enter into this timeline of existence in a great time of turmoil and transition, as well as transformation. Each of you are brave souls for choosing to be one with and to work alongside. I want to remind each of you how precious you are and how incredibly loved that you are. The greatest love you will ever have is learning to recognize and to appreciate who you are in that brilliant essence thereof. You are filled with curiosity that leads you into avenues of learning different aspects of self as well as the world around you. And this creates a greater foundation for you to stand upon and to go forth and to move into, to expand from, and to create more out into the world as well. I want you to know from the depths of all that you are so precious and loved for exactly who you are. Many blessings to each of you. Many blessings, dear ones. I have Archangel Raphael stepping in. One moment, please. Archangel Raphael here. Good day to each of you. I thought this was a wonderful opportunity to step in for each of you, to recognize and to feel and to receive the blessings of this healing love energy that I embrace and envelop around each of you. Remember, there is not but one cell in your body older than 7 years. Each and every cell has the possibility and the potential to be of perfect size and health. It is up to you to design it. It is up to you to believe it. It is up to you to embrace it and to replicate the purity of the wholeness of that cell. And that is infiltrating each cell with that love energy that you are created from and you hold and you share out into the world around you as well. You are so precious and you are so brilliant. It is important for each of you to be able to recognize the various bodies that you work alongside and within your human existence. You have your spiritual body, which is so relevant in your creation and your expansion and investigation into the more, and to incorporate that more into the self. You have your physical body, of course, which is built with such functionality that happens independently, whether you are realizing it or not. But it is important for you to recognize and to intentionalize that health and wholeness and that strength, and pay attention to what you are putting into your body as your food source, how you are managing the stress in your life, and exercising as well. Taking time for joy, finding peace and balance and harmony. This is truly what feeds your physical body as well. Your mental body always needs to be kept stimulated and busy. It is always in the thought process and oftentimes in the hurry and the worry. But it is important to spend time with your mental body so that you get a chance to explore deeper into yourself, the aspects of self and the growth that you can create within the essence of self. Your emotional body, oh yes, you are filled with such diversity of joy, of laughter, of anger, of fear, of so much turmoil and chaos as well. Each of your emotions create a foundation for you to have an experience and to remember that experience and to integrate that information into your memory bank, that you so will be able to share the wealth and the depth of that wisdom with those that you come into contact with as well. Remember that the angels and all of the loved ones are always alongside, guiding you and supporting you. They wait, we wait for you to ask and call us in for that clarity and that guidance as well. We are always here and eager too, but you must call upon us and ask us to. So we invite you to open your heart and to guide us into being that support for. You can ask for Archangel Michael if you're looking for strength and or the truth of a situation. Archangel Gabriel will always assist with communication so that you can clearly articulate your thoughts and receive that clarity and that guidance of wisdom that you're receiving as well. Archangel Ariel, oh, she is but such a joy and a delight about teaching you to play and to add more laughter into each and every day. God's source envelops each of you and surrounds you and would like to come in and bless you as well. One moment, please. Ah, my beautiful, precious ones. When I look upon thee, I see the grace and the strength and such beauty and presence. You are so very loved for the whole and the soul of you. And that energy and that love is held deep within your soul and your heart too. Look in the mirror and see as I do the brilliance of that love and light that shines back and through. You are the whole essence of. Open your heart and your mind and listen. Open your eyes and your heart to see. Open your mind and your heart to learn and to become all that you truly are destined to be. But hear me as I speak to you, my child. You will never disappoint me, and I will always be here for you as you come seeking and asking for that more, as you are held in the highest presence and the beauty of that love. Many blessings to each and every one. Many blessings to thee. Baylat here. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak to you and to share these trance-channeled messages. So one moment as I bring her back. Bye-bye. Oh, hello, my beautiful friends. I so hope that you had an opportunity to enjoy that exchange of energies and that wisdom and that information. I have very little recollection about what I say during the transmission. Frankly, they tell me it's none of my business. So there you go. Um, but I will oftentimes go back and listen because it's just wonderful to receive those messages. And I know those messages are for me as well. And that's the thing you need to understand when you're receiving messages. Look at all of the messages that are coming in because they are for each of you along the way. So I know we're going to get to questions and answers in just a minute, but I do want to take just a quick moment to mention I have fabulous trance channel messages and recordings and meditations on my YouTube channel. We also have, and my website is Judi, Judi Weaver.com or heart number 4souls.com. I have, of course, Facebook and all those other little Instagram and places that you can come and find me. I host a number of different workshops and workshop series. And within my workshop series, I'm always trance channeling. I allow them to be the lead guide and the trainer during most all of my trainings. So it really is different because it's a whole nother level of profoundness along with the energy shifts that happen within each of your bodies. Because when you are embraced and within and around that kind of energy, then you automatically are elevated into that level of energy as well. So I've written a couple of books, just really, really, really quick. I know. Truth Beyond and Guided by Your Light. Guided by Your Light is how to grow your spirituality. It's a 12-chapter workbook. And Truth Beyond is all trance channeled information and guidance. And that was after I'd gone out to Mount Shasta and started working with the elder Lemurian, and his name is Jamar. And I met with a whole group of people and we went ahead and did all kinds of different just channeled information to find out how can we learn and grow our spirituality. So I probably should stop now for the question answers. Yes, I think so.